Hello students, in previous video we have learned about acid and bases. Now in this video we will focus more about the salt. How salt is formed? You know very well, by neutralization reaction. By neutralization reaction we can produce the salt. In neutralization reaction what is happening? Acid mixed with base produces salt plus water. That you know very well. One example we can take, suppose common example HCl, hydrochloric acid, when mixed into common example of base we have taken sodium hydroxide. When HCl is all react with base sodium hydroxide, it produces sodium chloride plus water. Here you can see the HCl is strong acid, right, and sodium hydroxide is strong base. What does means strong acid and base? In previous video I have shared this thing. Strong acid means it is completely ionized in the aqueous solution, right? Similarly strong base which is completely ionized in the aqueous solution. Now here you can see that means the number of hydrogen ions which is produced by HCl will be equal to the number of OH ions, number of OH minus ions produced by sodium hydroxide. So they neutralize their effect, right? So what we will get? We will get the neutral salt. The nature of NaCl is neutral, right? Now this is, suppose this is case number 1. In case number 2, suppose you have a strong acid, for example say hydrochloride, and you have weak base for say for example calcium hydroxide. Clear? When they react, what is happening in this case? In this case, the number of hydrogen ion will be more than the number of OH ions, right? So H plus ions will be more than the OH minus ions. So what is the product which is formed when acid and base react? Salt. What salt? Calcium chloride along with water. So the question may be asked, what is the nature of calcium chloride? The nature of calcium chloride you can identify. The chlorine part comes from the strong acid, that is HCl, and the calcium part comes from weak base, that is calcium hydroxide. So the nature of this salt is acidic. This is acidic salt, right? In case first we have seen neutral salt, in case second we have seen acidic salt. Now moving to the case third. In case third, when we have weak acid and strong base. Say for example weak acid we have carbonic acid H2CO3 plus strong base we have suppose sodium hydroxide. Now in this case what will happen? The number of OH ions will be more than the number of H plus ion. Is that clear? What is formed? From base sodium, from acid carbonate. So salt is sodium carbonate is formed along with the water, right? What is the nature of this salt? The nature of this salt, you can see sodium comes from a strong base, so it is basic salt. I hope you understand what is the basic, neutral and acidic salt and how they are formed. Now moving to the next process. Next process which is very important topic, that is Chlor alkali process. In the Chlor alkali process what is happening? We'll have the brine solution. Brine, what is brine? It is a mixture of salt plus water. Simply, don't worry about it. Simply, you need to have such type of structure where sodium chloride dissolve in water, right? So this is what the brine. Is it clear? Now, when you pass the electricity through this solution, what you will get is here you can see this is anode, this is cathode. Cathode means negative, anode means positive terminal, right? So what will be the process? The process when sodium chloride dissolve in water and get we do the electrolysis, right? So what will be the product which we get is sodium hydroxide, chlorine and hydrogen. Here you can see we get the product chlorine plus hydrogen. See, NaCl, Na from NaCl and water को हम लिख सकते हैं HOH. So OH from H2O. So NaOH is formed. What is that? Hydrogen and chlorine. So they also form in different electrodes. In the positive electrode will form the chlorine gas, and at the negative electrode we will get the hydrogen gas. Is it clear? Right? So brine is a solution in which the salt concentration of salt is highly concentrated salt solution is called brine, right? Like you have seen the saline water in which the concentration of salt is less, right? So this is about just for your knowledge. In brine solution, the concentration of salt is more. Now, what is the importance of this reaction? And before we study about the importance, here we have to see what is formed. This is what? This is alkali. This is alkali. Sodium hydroxide is alkali, and this is chlorine which is formed, and this is hydrogen which is formed in this process, right? So this is why it is called chlor-alkali process, right? Now, what is the difference between the alkali and the base and alkali? What is the difference between alkali and the base? Simply, don't worry about it. Alkalis are the bases which dissolve or soluble in water, right? So the bases which is soluble in water are called alkali. For example, NaOH, KOH, they are what? They are alkali. And the bases which is insoluble in water, they are not called alkali. They are simply bases. For example, you see copper hydroxide. They are insoluble in water. But since they neutralize the acid, that is why they called the base. Now, coming to the importance of chlor-alkali process. So we are talking about chlor-alkali. What is the importance of chlor-alkali process? Now, when we electrolysis of sodium chloride and water, we get these products: sodium hydroxide, chlorine and hydrogen. What is the use? See, the product which we get from this process are very important in many purposes. See, first if we look into the hydrogen is used as a fuel, as a margarine. Margarine is also called artificial butter. Now ammonia, which is used for fertilizer, all the things which we can produce by the hydrogen. Similarly, by the chlorine we can get the pesticides. Chlorine is used to be the pesticides. It is also used in water disinfections. It is also used to manufacture the chlorofluorocarbons, which is used in refrigerators and air conditioners. In swimming pools, to disinfect the water, the chlorine is used. Here you can see what are the uses of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is used in soap, in detergent, in paper making industry, right? So these are the primary uses of the product which we get by the chlor-alkali process. Now, in the combination of sodium hydroxide and chlorine, what is formed? Bleach is formed, and bleach is used to bleach the household things and the fiber industry, textile industry, to get different types of clothes. These are the things can be bleached, and here it is used. Similarly, by the use of chlorine and hydrogen, we get the hydrochloric acid, which is used in cleaning steel and which is used in manufacturing of ammonium chloride, which is also used in cosmetics and the medicines, right? So first thing, use of chlorine, we get the bleaching powder, right? The chemical formula of bleaching powder is calcium oxygen chlorine, right? So it is the name of bleaching powder, the chemical name. The chemical name of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride. Calcium oxychloride. Now the chemical name is calcium oxychloride. How it is formed? It is produced when chlorine gas is passed through calcium hydroxide. What is it? Calcium hydroxide. When chlorine gas is passed through the calcium hydroxide, calcium oxychloride is formed along with the water. This is what the bleaching powder. This is bleaching powder. Right? What is the use of bleaching powder? The uses of bleaching powder in textile industry. In textile industry it is used. It is also used in paper industry, right? Clear? It is also used in laundry, right? It is also used in disinfection, and this is disinfectant, right? So this is what about the bleaching powder. The chemical name of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride. It is the formula calcium, oxygen and chlorine 2. How it is produced? When chlorine gas is passed through the calcium hydroxide, you will get the bleaching powder. And what is the use in textile industry? To get the different types of fiber, to get the different type of clothes. In paper industry, to bleach the papers. In laundry, to bleach the clothes. And as it is disinfectant also it is used. Now the next product we get is baking soda. The formula of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. The chemical name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen and carbonate. Right? How we are going to produce this thing? This is produced by the reaction of sodium chloride, ammonia, carbon dioxide and water. We'll get sodium hydrogen carbonate along with ammonium chloride. This is baking soda, right? Baking soda. And this is ammonium chloride, right? This is ammonium chloride. Now the baking soda which is produced when it is heated, baking soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate, when it is heated, right? What we will get? We will get sodium carbonate, water along with the carbon dioxide which is released, right? So that is why, because of the product, as carbon dioxide gas is released, so it is used in different way, like it is uses of washing soda is, baking soda is used as a fire extinguisher, as fire एक्सटेंशन हम कहीं भी आग लग जाती है तो क्या करते हैं, सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट, सोडियम बाइकार्बोनेट फॉर एक्सटेंशंस को यूज करते हैं. व्हाई? बिकॉज व्हेन इट इज हीटेड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज प्रोड्यूस. सो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, एज यू हैव स्टडीड, carbon dioxide is better fire extinguisher than the water. The next thing, it is also used as an antacid, right? Antacid, and it is also used to prepare the baking powder, right? Baking